here.
Look, he said I thought right, I'd let you go.
Okay. Get some sleep.
No, but I'm good. I'm good.
You up rolling, getting mad at somebody else, we go rolling around all night up there in Shanksville? Okay.
Sure, she's teasing.
We're gonna call a meeting to order, and this is a special meeting on January 21st, 2020. About 4 minutes after 10. We do have a quorum, and Alexander's guest is here today. And we're going to deliberate and consider action on the following items. Authorized to advertise for grant administration for HMGP DR 4416 Texas Severe Storm and Flood, and HMGP DR 4466 Tropical Storm Imelda grant fund.
These are two grants that we learned about recently. Even though we were not declared, we can still apply for these grant funds. And they're not real big grants, but we're going to apply for updating our disaster plan, our county disaster plan. And I think the judge had a project in mind about a generator for the Mauriceville mud. And then once we get into it a little bit more, we'll be able to see if there's some more projects we're eligible for. The one for, the first one was some flooding back from September through November of 18. That one is due March 31st. And then the one for Tropical Storm Imelda is not due until July 31st. So we want to go ahead and get this done, and so we can get a grant administrator on board so we can start looking at some projects pretty quick, what's available and that kind of thing. And it is a competition, and they are 75-25. So that's for the grant administration for these two funds.
This doesn't have anything to do with the work that we had on Shepherd Road.
No, sir. No, sir. We were just looking for some funding to be able to update our plan, our disaster plan, because there was a lot of confusion on the PDM that we had went out for bid for. So that one's just dead right now. But these actually are going through FEMA and TDM. And I was chatting with a lady from TDM, and she's the one that let me know about these two that are out there. And she's supposed to kind of give me a heads up every once in a while when there's some more funding. And we're going to stay on top of this so we can hopefully apply for funds for different things that we need.
Well, that, can we put a weather station out there for it with that?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see.
We can look and see
Look
what
through the guidance on it as what's
Yeah.
eligible.
I haven't printed out all the guidance yet, but that's my next step is to print that out so we can be getting some ideas while I'm waiting on submittals for this.
That'd be a good project.
I'm gonna make a note about that so I can look.
Can I hear a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded. We authorize for grant administrator for item number 1. Is there any more discussion? All in favor? 5-0. And likewise on number 2, they accept this for engineering services.
And it's for the same HMGP grant, so I wanted to go ahead and do an engineer in case we had a project came up that we needed an engineer, even for generators. Sometimes we need an engineer, and it's the same thing, the same grant funding opportunities.
I make the motion. We authorize to advertise the engineering service for the HMGP DR 4416 Texas severe weather storms and flooding, and the HMGP DR 4466 tropical storm Imelda grant funds.
I second.
been made and seconded, we authorize for the engineering service for the, HMVGP DR 4466 and, DR 4466. Any more discussion? All in favor? 5 votes. And number 3 is to request to change the security officer pay to the sheriff versus deputy pay, if approved, budget has to be a budget amendment.
Liz and I have talked about this, there's enough money in my deputy's salary that, that we're not gonna have to adjust that.
No.
I've got lots of, he starts off at a deputy 1, till he makes probation.
Deputy
Then we will bump him up to 2, depending on his job, how he's doing and everything. And Leah said that it's in the budget
Yes,
for, up to a class, first.
Well,
grade.
yeah,
First.
first. He started out at the 35 like we had done it at budget. And sheriff was thinking we had already put him in at second deputy and we didn't. So he's got it in his budget to do because he's budgeted, the way we do the patrol deputies is he has, they're budgeted all at first deputy, even though he may start them out at third or second. But it's gonna be around $4,000 additional, but it's in his budget to bump him up.
But he has to make probation.
Yeah, and then he's gonna put him at
Make sure he's
2.
doing a good job and makes probation.
Yeah.
Before we bump him up.
So we're not gonna have to actually do a budget amendment if y'all approve this. It's already in his budget to do it.
I make a motion.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and, seconded to make the changes to the security officer pay, from first deputy, and there's no budget change if, approved. Any more discussion?
That's it.
All in favor?
Judge, I'd like to mention that, there's a couple department heads here. If y'all see, I told them I want them going to the library and over to KK's office and those buildings. If you're not seeing him enough, let me know and I'll make sure we'll adjust that. Because it's not just the courthouse, it's all of our offices right here together.
We see him every morning,
Okay.
with the exception of the mornings that it was flooding. But he checked that afternoon, but we see him every day.
Okay.
Well, I just want to say, I think it's been a benefit to the court, house. I think everybody's receiving it real well, and, I've heard some comment that, this is very well needed.
He's getting challenged a little bit by some of the older ladies and stuff, but he's handling it. He's taking care of it.
Well, I will tell you, he said he doesn't worry about us because, we're kind of gritty over there. He said but, I do appreciate that he does come and check on us every day.
So is he checking in with y'all before he leave the building, the courthouse itself? Or?
He hadn't done that, but that's probably something we need to let us know when he does leave.
Yeah. So he has some kind of-
I tell you something else, we had man, my days have run together, so I don't know. Within the last 3 or 4 days, 4 or 5 days, we got alarmed here at the courthouse and we couldn't get back in. So Judge, if there's any way we can get him he was still here, if we can get him a key to where he can go. We had to go in the courthouse, in our deal, and start looking for a key to get in the courthouse, and if we can get him a key made, that would help a lot.
So he leaves at 4:30? We all leave?
He leaves for the last person.
Okay.
He stays here after his assembly.
Okay.
Yeah, I was here one day till almost 5 and I had told him I'm gonna be here a little bit so you can go ahead and leave, but he waited till I left, and I told him I appreciated that, So I try to
But
make,
You set that alarm off.
it could have been me.
Well, it's William's hours that they changed, because she used to stay here a lot of times at 7 o'clock, and
you know,
Who's that?
Quinn.
I haven't seen him. Past 5.
Okay, well, that's good. I don't think you ought to sit here till 7 o'clock, if she's up there working.
You know,
She should
Friday
be.
she was here till 6, or after 6, because I drove by, she was still here.
But he had left, he left with us, or right after we did Friday. He was leaving out.
I didn't say, you know, she needs to leave, you're paying him to sit here, because she was 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock coming in, staying late.
Here, motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Right on cue.
Right on time.